Okay, in terms of my counterintelligence training videos, this is the last time that this is going to be explained to this particular group of suckers so that they finally get it straight. They get their fucking facts straight. In hindsight, there are a lot of individuals who I should have never had their backs when they were getting their fucking asses beat, or they were being chased after, or people were coming looking for them. I should have never had their backs. There are certain individuals I should have never covered for. I should have never had anything to do with these individuals. Should have never said that I was cool with them. Should have never associated with them. Should have actually been their fucking enemies. Should have never even talked to these fools. There's some dudes who I know from way back who, now that I think about it, I should have just gone after them and been on the offensive the whole time I ever fucking knew of their existences. But that's not the case. In the past, I actually had to fend off fucking enemies for these individuals. I had to fucking resolve their little baby's mama dramas. I had to be there when they had situations in their lives that made them sad and they were all depressed and upset and cried like fucking babies. So these are the individuals who you try to be loyal to, and then as it turns out, it's like the movie The Fox and the Hound. That's how it is. That's just the nature of life itself. So I'm going to have to set the record straight for some of these slow, retarded, stupid fucks. Some of these imbecilious, supercilious, superficial, flagrantly, brazenly, fucking, neurotically stupid fucks who didn't get it the first time. This was already explained a long time ago. You see, I was on the internet about 10 years before these new jack wannabe hustlers got on the internet. I decided to go back to school and go to college when these kids were fucking selling drugs on the streets trying to make money so they could get fucking bail. So they could get bail money to get out of jail for their stupid fucking crimes that they were committing. So I'm in college at the time, and I have high-speed internet when most Americans didn't have it. I was on the internet 10 years before these fucking newbies, before these fucking nobodies were on fucking line. So I have 10 years of experience, and while I was in college, I studied information security, IT, computer science, computer security. These kids don't fucking know me. Their drug-induced minds, their drug-fried fucking brains, their brain fucking matter's all blurry, fuzzy, scrambled, scattered. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They forgot. These same motherfuckers forgot I sat at the spot drinking on my 40 whilst I was in college 20 miles away, had come into the town that I'm originally from just to check up on some old so-called friends, and I'm sitting there and the dude is devastated, and I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you so sad, homie? And he tells me, man, my girl, she burned me. I was like, what? What do you mean she burned you? Dude told me his stupid bitch left him and gave him a fucking STD. These weak-ass punks with these fucking empty threats and shit try to come and try to say some insanely stupid shit to me, man, after I had their fucking backs for all these years. Man, I was the nicest guy to these dudes, and that's the problem, man. I was too nice to these dudes. You know what I mean? I go on mission with these guys. I supply them weapons when they're in need. They get handguns from me. We go in. I'm the first guy in with the ski mask. I'm the one kicking in the door. I'm the one that's running this operation, and I'm too fucking nice to these guys. There's certain dudes. I know thousands of people from the West Coast. Thousands of people from the West Coast. There's dudes I should have dealt with a long ass time ago. Long time ago. They should have been taken out of the game, canceled and fucking deleted a long ass time ago. These little wanksters, these little possums, these little midgets, these little microbes, they always start some shit. It's the weasel, man. It's always the weasel from fucking elementary school, middle school, junior high. It's always the same fucking personality type. It doesn't matter who it is. It's always the same personality. There are thousands of people like this. They start shit. They start talking shit, and you're the dude that's cool. You're sitting in the back, and you're the dude that's cool. You ain't saying nothing. You're minding your business. You're sipping on your brew. And some dude starts popping off at his mouth. And you're like, hey, man, why are you trying to disrespect me? And then he apologizes. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. And you're like, hey, man, you know, you're talking about some personal shit. Why are you trying to go there? And not only are you trying to talk about some personal shit, but you got your facts wrong. Dude's always wrong. This dude who's like this represents thousands of different people. I'm not talking about one guy. There's some obsessed people out there who think that I'm talking about them. I'm talking about thousands of different people who have this same personality trait. I'm not talking about one person. There's always some sick psychopath, some sociopath who thinks I'm talking about him. I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about dozens of people, hundreds of people, scores of people, thousands of people who fucking live this kind of lifestyle that I'm referring to. So there's always this dude who's going to start some fucking shit, and then when you bring it to his attention that he's a weak punk and that he needs to know the pecking order and that you're not going to stand for his drama and that you're not going for the fucking okie doke, then he gets fucking even more shady and he goes running to the fucking police like the little weasel that he always was. He's a little bitch. He's going to start some shit, and then he's the dude that's running down the street after you whooped his ass, you beat him, you fucking shot him full of holes, and the dude's down and he's still trying to flip you off. And this is some shit that he started. This is the kind of fucking dude that these individuals represent. These are the people that start problems, and then when you go to solve that problem, they're crying fucking for mercy. They're crying uncle. They're crying for the authorities to come and help them. And they're trying to tell the police that you started some shit that they clearly fucking started. So, I'm going to set the record straight, man. When I was in high school, fresh out of high school, the police came to me and asked me if I wanted a job working with the FBI. They're like, hey, Rob, look, man, you've been a fucking gang leader. We've been watching you. Your mother was in the military. We know she's got a top secret security clearance. She's sometimes not in the country. She sometimes is. We know. We know. And we see you're hanging out with these guys. A lot of them are fucking losers. Why are you hanging out with these guys, Rob? Come on, man. You could do much better than this. You've got a high IQ. We know that. You're the fucking leader of this crew. What are you doing, man? What you could be, what do you want to do with your life? And I told them, I'm going to start my own private military company. They told me that they could get me a job working in Seattle with the FBI. I was offered a job to work with the FBI in Seattle when I was fresh out of high school. So fuck yourselves, man. Go fuck yourselves, man. Telling people that I don't qualify to work for the government. I qualified to work for the government when I was 4 years old at the University of Washington when I was diagnosed with a high IQ. So fuck off and die, man. You don't fucking know me. Running around all these years telling people, man, yeah, when I was drinking some brew out there, you know what I'm saying? Getting your backs for 10 years hanging out. What, we're doing some trivia? And you're like, hey, ask Rob. He knows all that. Oh, he's got the answers and shit. Yeah, but now you're telling people that there's no way. Hey, man, you don't know my criminal background. I don't really have one. That's the problem with you fucking so-called know-it-alls. You don't know shit. You think you fucking do. I don't have the criminal records that you guys have. I don't have any fucking thing on my adult criminal record. Some stupid fucking drunken bitch downtown Everett claimed that I took her car keys when I was 19 years old. 15 years ago. I moved to Washington, D.C. at some point. I told them the entire story. And listen, man, I'm not a snitch. I didn't get busted for anything and went and rat on my friends like you motherfuckers who are snitches. I applied for a job with the U.S. government. I submitted a resume to multiple government agencies. And you don't know who the fuck I work for. You have no fucking clue. The only thing I've told you is that after I was offered the job in Seattle that I turned down, I moved to Chicago. Then at some point I was living in Northern Virginia and I went to work for a special branch of the Fairfax County Police Department. So go fuck your moms. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck off and die. You don't know me, man. You motherfuckers don't know me. You don't know what I've done. You have no idea who I know. You have no idea what my actual accolades, my merits are, man. And I was nice to a lot of you fucking pieces of shit betrayers. You fucking traitors. I should have just joined the military fresh out of high school and never knew any of you fucking losers. Okay? I have homies who I consider to be my true friends because I understand psychology. Because I've been trained in certain areas and I can see things that a lot of people don't understand that I know, and they themselves don't know. I know things about human psychology that you don't know. I know things about counterintelligence. There are people, man, who assist me at certain times and in certain instances, and I know people back on the West Coast who I consider to be friends, and I know shit about them that they don't ever want for me to divulge, and I'm never going to because they're my truths, man. But other than that, you motherfuckers that are running around talking about, man, this, and that, man, watch your motherfucking tongues. Man, you really don't want to fucking play with me.